What's up, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Outside the Arena. I'm Griffin Senyek here with my co-host, Rommel, and we are very excited to bring to you today the newest podcast on YouTube, and I think it might be one of the best. We're going to talk some sports. We're going to do a little of everything. We're going to interview broadcasters, but we'll get into the breakdown of this podcast later. First, let's introduce ourselves. Mac, let's start with you.
What's up, everyone? My name is Rommel. I'm going into my senior year of high school at Iona Prep in New Rochelle. I'm a big football fan, especially of my Dallas Cowboys. So let's see if we can make a run this year.
What's up, everyone? Like I said earlier, I'm Griffin Senyek. I'm a junior at Hackley School, and I'm a big Mets fan. Baseball is my number one sport, but I'm also a big Jets fan and also a Cavs fan. My dad's from Akron, Ohio, so he kind of gave me, he put on me, I guess you could say, his basketball fandom. So yeah, I'm a big Cavs fan. Cedi Osman's my favorite player personally. I love the team. I wish they were in the bubble, but they're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit about how this podcast came about. Me and Mac don't go to the same school. We didn't know each other until last summer, actually. There's a local New York sports broadcaster named Bruce Beck. Shout out, Bruce. We love you. And basically he runs this summer camp, and it's for aspiring sports broadcasters. Lots of, famous sports broadcasters come into the camp and speak with the kids. There's a rookie camp and a veterans camp. We did the rookie camp last summer, and we did the veterans camp this past summer, which is run by Mike Quick, another great guy. And we we became good friends last year, and we kept it this year, even on the Zoom world. I think we became even closer, honestly. And the idea just spawned to us one day that, everyone's doing stuff. Everyone's doing, some people are doing podcasts. Some people are doing, calling games. And I kind of like the idea of a podcast. I think it works all year long. And I brought it up to Mac, and we were both, on board for it. So that's kind of how this whole idea came about. And we both want to, continue to stay active in, the broadcasting industry, even at a young age. We're trying to continue to develop our skills. We're trying to keep getting better because we are nowhere near, perfect yet or, professional. We're still learning. And that's why, we wanted to start this podcast to get more experience and just to, have a fun time. And we think it's going to be a great podcast for you guys. And anyone listening, we have some really special guests coming on with some great stories, and we know you're going to love them. And, you might not listen to the whole episode, but, there's definitely parts of it that you're not going to want to miss for sure.
Yeah, the takeaways you're going to get from some of these interviews are going to be like second to none. I don't know if you'll be able to see these guys anywhere else in podcasts. So the takeaways and information you could learn from these guys is going to be special, and I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, we're super excited to bring you guys, the people we're bringing in, and, to start off as, a podcast with, nothing. We literally thought of the idea, I think, a week ago from when this episode is going to come out. And to think that we already have, a few like pretty big names in this industry coming on, it's awesome. And we're so excited to grow it. I guess kind of we'll talk to you about our ideas, what the podcast is going to focus on. Mac, do you want to kind of take the lead on, starting this one off?
So our thing is, we believe, for now at least, and we hope to make it even bigger, but we're going to start off doing weekly episodes, and we're going to try to have a guest on every week. Right now we have some broadcasters ready up to come on and put out some episodes, and we're going to try to get athletes. Of course, the seasons like baseball and basketball are just starting to come up, so things are going to get pretty busy. But hopefully we could get a bunch of guys on here so we can provide some good content for you guys so we can learn a lot.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great broadcasters already. Some of the episodes have already been filmed. The next two that you'll see have been filmed. They're ready to go. And we've got some other guys that are, trying to get on. And we do want to expand, like Mac said, to athletes. It might be hard during the season because, these guys are all very busy. But, we are going to try our best to get on some really top tier people in the sports world. And we also, we want to get interesting figures on. I mean, we might bring on people that are involved in sports and that have a job with a major league profession that you've never known, but the stories they're going to tell and the wisdom they're going to share is going to be, something that you can't get everywhere and that you're going to want to watch. And it might be, those episodes might be the best episodes because you can't find anything like that anywhere else. And that's what we're going to try and bring to you guys.
Of course, we're trying to do something different and be different than everyone else. That's what separates people in this business. You got to be different. You want to provide entertainment. That's the whole point of this, and that's our goal. We're gonna have people. Actually, we're gonna have someone in the NFL Hall of Fame come on eventually. So that's gonna be really cool. Just the things you can't really get anywhere else. Different people that you may not even have heard of that just are special and gonna provide good content for all of you.
Exactly, and I'm stoked for this. I know you are.
Yeah.
I guess we can get into, a little bit of, maybe the future. And also, I want to talk about the name. Outside the Arena is the name for this podcast. And, the name was very complicated. There's a lot of sports podcasts out there. And, you want something that's catchy. And we really fell in love with the idea of Outside the Arena because we think it encompasses everyone in sports. Because, yes, there might be stadiums and stuff like that, but inside, an arena, there's everyone. You got the players, the coaches, the general managers, the trainers. Everyone is in there. And our goal is to bring these people, from their inside the sports world, outside the sports world, and just talk to them, get to know them better, go through their careers, what their experiences are like. And we want to also, give you guys some cool information. There's a lot. The world's very different right now with the coronavirus still spreading, and some of the broadcasters we have coming on, they're having to adapt to it. And you'll see with the episodes coming out, they may come out after stuff has happened, but you will still see they're still going to be able to share their experiences, and they're going to be able to they're going to be able to share how it's different and how they're adapting to it. And I think from every episode you're going to be able to learn something new 100%. Every person we're going to bring on is going to be someone special, unique, and they're going to be able to share something that for an aspiring broadcaster or just for life in general, you're going to be able to take and you're going to be able to use, and you're going to be able to be, you're going to be able to use it for your success in life.
Also, with the name Outside the Arena, it means a lot too, because you're not just going to see their jobs, but you're going to see their personal lives, how hard it was to get there, because none of this is easy. It may seem easy from the outside, but with Outside the Arena, you're going to be seeing their past here. It starts when they're young, our age, even younger. It's really cool to see their experiences and how they grow and learn to become what they are today. And it's really interesting.
No, for sure. And, I think our plans for this podcast, I think for both of us, we want to do this for a while. We don't have the intention of just doing this for, a few months until school resumes. I mean, I think we both are, we both want to be getting episodes out weekly throughout the year, and, that's going to be our goal. And there might be some weeks where, it's going to be hard to have a guest on. So we might bring, it might just be us talking sports, or it might just be, we bring, someone else on, a friend, or, not someone directly related to pro sports, but another, guest. Our goal is to get people involved with pro sports, but, it's going to be hard with the seasons coming up, but we do already have a great lineup scheduled that should give us, a month, 2 months already of content. So we do feel confident that we'll be able to put out good weekly content with guests every week. But, the occasional week, we might not have a guest, but it will still be worth a listen, and we promise that.
Of course. Every day, every week, every episode is going to be entertaining for us. We just want to have fun and become better. That's the whole goal. Everything you do, you want to get better and have fun. And by doing this, we're just getting our reps, and this is our dream in life. We both want to be sports broadcasters. So by continuing to do this in practice, we're only going to get better. And you viewers, we just hope you have fun. Just the whole point of this, have fun, enjoy your time, and hopefully connect with us. That would be really cool to connect, share your thoughts and ideas to us so we can incorporate it into our episodes and all have a good time together.
Exactly. And, our goal is to, we do want to grow this. We want this to become something big. So, we haven't said it already, but we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on Instagram at Outside the Arena Podcast. It would mean a lot just to know that, you guys are supporting it, liking the episodes. We want to see, leave a comment, what you thought about the episode, what could be better. we're still learning. This is brand new to us. So we do want to get better, and we want to make sure that, these episodes and these podcasts can be, as enjoyable as possible. And hopefully, eventually we might, in the works, if it goes well, we might end up getting this on Spotify or something like that. We definitely are still working on stuff like that. But, in the long-term goal is to, have an audio only version. And I think we'll get one out, but leave a comment, leave suggestions in the comments below or on our Instagram, or you could just message us on Instagram or to our private Instagrams. And, just tell us what you like, what you didn't like, what could be better. And, we really would appreciate that. We really would.
We would, especially the comments that can make it better. That would mean the world, because all we want to do is improve, give you guys some quality content. So anything you guys have, please let us know. It'll be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, really. We please, criticize us all you want. That's how we're going to get better. So you can say you loved it, and we're going to be just as appreciative of that. But make sure to, say what could be better, what you like better. So that gives the rundown, I would say, of, the podcast, the plan for the podcast, how it kind of started. And you want to add anything on that, Mac? Or
I think we're good. Maybe just put out our personal socials. So my personal Instagram is mac.rommel, Rommel. So follow that and reach out with anything you guys have to say.
Yeah, my Instagram is at Griffin Senyek, Senyek. You can see the name most likely in the Zoom. And yeah, you can also find them. They're the only two people we follow on the Outside Arena podcast account right now. So if you want to reach out to us personally, that'd be awesome. If you're anyone out there, somehow a broadcaster watching this and you want to come on, shoot us a DM or something like that. We'd really appreciate it. And, we'd love to talk to anyone in the industry. We don't care. My preference for sports, is baseball, basketball, and football. But, if you're a soccer broadcaster or something, like, we'd still love to have you on. Everyone, regardless of the sport, is still, fascinating to hear from and to talk to. So, please reach out if you're watching this and you want to come on if you're in the industry. We'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, especially it's cool to learn not just about these other sports. Like, we just want everything. We want to learn the intricate parts of everything in sports.
Exactly.
So it doesn't even have to be about the sport that we're talking about. It could be about you and your drive for what you do and those small details, because that's what makes a difference.
Exactly. So I think, we covered the podcast pretty well. I do, since we don't have anything too big planned for this episode, I think we should talk some sports a little bit. This episode is being recorded the day the MLB season has its opening day. There's also some NBA scrimmages. The Redskins not the Redskins, I guess, the Washington football team, they'll be called. That's a little weird. So, yeah. I mean, let's talk some sports for a bit. Maybe, get a little kind of debate show going here for the first episode. See if people like that. We can always, if people want, a sports debate, we can give you that. We can give 2 episodes a week. One's with a guest, one's a debate. Please just leave us suggestions. But, I think we're going to talk some sports here. So, yeah. Mac, what do you want to cover first?
How about let's start with the Washington football team, because that just came out. That's going to be weird. Yeah. And it's speaking for the 2020 season. They're not even going to switch on the season. That's going to be
It's weird. It's weird. I think my stance on this is, it's hard because I do understand the need for change with the name, because I do understand, it is offensive, and I completely stand, them changing it. But I think, just for the Redskins to change, these other organizations like them also should be forced to change. Like, the Blackhawks in hockey or the Indians in baseball, like, these teams also need to change their names if the Redskins are being forced to, or the Washington football team now has to change their name. I mean, I think it's ridiculous they couldn't come up with another name, though. I mean, that's absurd. They had like 2 weeks maybe, and they couldn't they thought a football team. Like, I don't really know what that was, but it's just gonna be weird. I think their new unis looked good, so at least they figured that out. But I mean, they gotta. I don't know what their name's gonna be, but they're gonna take a whole year to come up with the name. Like, I'm not sure.
The thing is,
but I think that.
I'm sorry, you go.
You can go.
So I heard that, well, this one person basically copyrighted all the names that they had in mind. But I'm not sure. I could be wrong about this, but he said the team could have those names for free. So I'm not sure what they're thinking. And those are the team names that they wanted. So I'm confused.
Uh-huh.
How is it that hard to pick a name? It shouldn't be as hard as they're making
No,
a team. I'm like, I'm not sure. What
it's
are they
just
thinking?
yeah, it's definitely weird. I definitely also, I do feel for the football team fans. Um,
Like,
because, I mean, if you had all your memorabilia and stuff, I mean, that's like gone, and now you don't even know the team name, so you're not going to want to buy, any merchandise to support this team because, if they're going to change the name in a year, what's the point? So,
mhm.
um, I guess you're gonna have to wait to buy your Chase Young jerseys. Football team fans.
But,
It's weird. Like
it's
football team, like I guess it's just Washington. Like
yeah.
Washington fans. I guess
How are they gonna market that and put it on TV? Like it seems like the New York
football team.
football,
Yeah,
like,
the
but they
football
have a name.
team. Yeah,
The Giants have
it's
the Giants, and then the New York Football Giants. That's not just
yeah, it's
so confused,
it's
but
gonna be weird. I think who knows if the NFL is even gonna play though. I mean, the
mm,
players, they're going. They're not too happy clearly because they're
yeah,
all of them are posting about they need safety guidelines, and I think they agreed to testing every day, which is good. But I mean,
mm,
that much of a contact sport is a little scary. I mean, I hope the season's played, but they definitely are gonna have to, make a lot of safety precautions for. They're not there right now. Like if they tried to play this thing right now, it'd be a disaster. So they're not close to football right now.
well, they canceled all the preseason games, which sucks for those undrafted free agents. 31% of
I
teams
think
for the
they
league.
increased the number of the roster size though. So I mean, they'll be. I think those guys, they'll still have a chance. Practice is
Well,
gonna be
yeah,
key.
they're doing practice, but yeah, and then well, the training camp is starting in the next few days, so this is gonna be it's gonna be big at seeing how they handle it if it does spread, especially with they have three options that I heard are being considered for the season.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Having the full season
Yeah,
out is normal, the 12-game season starting in November, or just a total cancellation. So we'll have to see how training camp goes with the virus, and hopefully they can contain it and work out a successful season.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. And I mean, I think for me at least, with baseball starting, today, if baseball can't control that thing, there's no way football is gonna be able to because we've seen with the NBA right now. I mean, they're as of this date, their most recent tests had zero positives, which is amazing. So I think the bubble format's working. But with these teams having to travel and still living at home, I think I think it's going to be big for football to see how baseball does because if baseball is unable to stop the spread of the virus in a non-contact sport, there's no way football is going to be able to. So I think,
Yeah.
honest to God, I think baseball might be the indicator whether there's a chance of football, honestly.
Mhm. Or they could, I know they haven't mentioned it, but the bubble has seemed to be working. I was skeptical about it and how it would work
Hmm.
because if one person gets the virus, then it kind of will like spread to everyone. So that's how
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to feel
They've
about
done a
it.
really good job, though, it looks like. I mean, they're from all the, Matisse Thybulle, JaVale McGee vlogs, it looks locked
Mhm.
down. Like they're like the Raquan Holmes of the Kings, he crossed the line to get some Postmates or something. He has to quarantine for 10 days. So they're on top of things. I think they know what they're doing. Hopefully it continues to go well. The exhibition games, they're going well.
Mhm.
Um, I enjoyed watching some basketball finally yesterday. That was exciting. So I'm excited for what's to come for the NBA. I think they're doing a great job, and I do think the NBA will be successful. The MLB, that's my main sport. I really hope it does well. I mean, there's still positive COVID tests, positive COVID cases in the league right now, so that's a little alarming. But it seems like they're doing a decent job. Opening days tonight.
Mhm.
I'm excited for Yankees Nats more than Dodgers Giants. I think that's gonna be a blowout. And weirdly enough, as much as a Mets fan I am, I'm gonna have to cheer for the Yankees against the NL East teams in this stuff because 60 games. I'm gonna need some good for pitching from Garrett Cole tonight. So
Yeah,
hopefully
this
that goes well for the Yankees tonight.
should be.
Not for the rest of the anyone out of the NL East or against the Mets. The Yankees can lose every game, but against the NL East,
We
they
can win.
need to win.
Yeah.
It's weird to say
These,
that. I don't like saying that.
nope, not at all.
It's
These 60 games,
um
it's gonna be weird. It's
Yeah.
like,
You got any early predictions? You got, favorite right now?
man, I'm a Yankees
I
fan.
mean, I know you're not a big baseball guy, but
Yeah, but like, I'm starting to get into it. So we're gonna. Oh yeah, just so everyone knows, I'm like a football guy, but this year I'm getting into basketball and baseball and all these other sports. So that's gonna be interesting to grow my knowledge and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I'm a Yankees fan. There's a lot of hype around us this year, so I may have to go for the Yankees this year.
I'd have to go with the Yanks.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know if they've got, some injury prone guys on that team. They've got, some COVID stuff going on there. They've got, they've got everything going on. So I think,
But if
and they're going to be in the playoffs. I can't even lie about that, but I'm not, I don't know, man. I don't think the Yankees are going to, I don't know if they'll even get to the World Series. I still, I honestly think the Astros are still going to beat them. Their lineup, I love the Astros lineup still. It's controversial. I might get hate in the comments, but whatever. Astros all the way for this one, I guess. I like the Twins lineup too, but their pitching's, meh. But NL, Mets are looking injured with Stroman, Syndergaard, they're hurt. Bullpen's shaky, but I think the boys will be in it as a wild card team. I'm hoping they get the job done. Stroman's good for the playoffs, and I think in a wild card game in the NL, they're gonna win. They're easily with Joe Rommel on the hill. I mean, I think that's fine. And then the Dodgers, I think the winner of Dodgers Mets then would be the World Series team, and I think they would be the champions this year.
Dodgers, yeah,
I think the Mets could make a little run, a little spicy run.
Well,
You never know.
a lot of controversy is going to be going down over here in New York. If our friends watch, the comments are going to be, "Ooh."
Yeah,
After that,
exactly. That was exactly. Finally, I guess we can talk a little NBA. Unless you got any other topics you want to talk about, we could also talk even a little about Dak a little bit. You can always talk about Dak. But NBA, bubble restarting. I think the format's gonna be really entertaining. It looked like it wasn't silent in the arena for sure. They've got a decent amount of noise going on, which I like in the exhibition games. I think the courts were good. They're doing a good job of allowing the players to show support for the Black Lives Matter movement, which is amazing. That's fantastic for them. They're doing a great job with that. But I mean, who do you think? I know you're not a huge NBA guy, but you got any teams you're looking at, you're liking, a little bit on paper or something? What you thinking?
I'm not too sure. These past 2 seasons, it's felt like they're more powerhouse. It's more spread out now than it used to be. So I don't know who I could pick now. I'm not sure, especially with the change and everything. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think I have to see. I'm not too sure yet. I don't know.
I like the Lakers still. I mean, I think the team is LeBron AD's undisputable best duo in the league. And I just love their role players too. I mean, they got probably the most underrated role players in the game. With they had limited cap and they did a great job. They went out, got Danny Green, and they just have some other guys on the roster that are playing well, and I love it. They got Dwight for the minimum. That's probably the steal of the free agent class. Honestly, God, Dwight's playing fantastic. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see. Clippers are gonna be good. Nuggets with their big men lineup looks a little scary yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of but when I saw Bol on the floor, I got a little excited. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he dropped a lot, so I was excited to see him play well.
Possibly the Pelicans with Zion, they could go kind of far. That's pretty nasty.
That'd be fun. I don't think they can compete, but I think it would be fun if they got a little they grabbed the 8 seed from the lake. That would be a great first round matchup. Pelicans Lakers. I think that'd be fantastic.
Brandon Ingram and Zion.
And Lonzo. You can't forget about Lonzo. They got a lot of good players. Drew Holiday, JJ Redick. I love that team. I think that's a good team. I think it'll be pretty good, but it should be interesting,
Yep.
We talked to, don't want to give any spoilers, but we talked to an NBA broadcaster this morning, and he with the team in the bubble, and he's confident his team will a play-in team. He's confident that team will be in the playoffs. So it should be interesting. I agreed with him. I think his team, or the team he broadcast for, can make a big run in the playoffs. But,
Yeah.
we'll, let you see that one. That should come out in, I think, 2 weeks from today. 1 week from today. Mac, you wanna tell them who they're gonna be? A little sneak peek of who they're gonna be hearing from.
Here we talking to Ben Wagner. Wow, it's a great interview. Just be ready. Some good baseball information. It is going to be great. Oh my God.
And for those of you who don't know, Ben is the radio play-by-play voice of the Toronto Blue Jays. He talked to us about a lot of things. He talked to us about his career. He had a long career to get to where he is today, and it was great hearing about it, hearing him, tell some stories about it. And now, he also talked about how it's going to be different with, the Jays, especially they haven't even, as the day of this recording, they haven't found a home stadium. So it's going to be weird for him. But I think that was a great episode. And, the one we got with the NBA guy, I think it's fantastic as well. We'll maybe tease that on our Instagram sometime soon. But for now, next week, a week from today, our episode with Ben Wagner will be dropping. So make sure you stay alert, turn your post notifications on, subscribe, like this video, and comment for what you want to see. If there's anyone, you're a fan of and that you want us to interview, if there's any, figures in sports that you think would be interesting. And if you have good connections with, someone in the industry, feel free to hit us up, and, we'd love to have them on, and, we'll take anyone. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of the wrap up, Mac.
I'll take it away from here for the outro.
Yeah, finishes off.
Right. Thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of Outside the Arena with Mac and Griff. Stay safe, everyone. We'll be sure to drag someone outside the arena next week.